Good morning, vlog. So, we're on the way. Let me turn this light off for a minute. It's hard to see when I'm going in reverse if the light's on. Going forward, you can see just fine, but it just brightens it up enough that I can't see as well going down my driveway. And there's like this little wall on one side of my driveway, and I don't want to hit it. So, off we go. Early as fuck. It's like 6:30 in the morning. There's not a person on the road. I'm running to get my Red Bulls, but I am so excited about doing these like daily hair school things on my story. Like oh my god, it's so exciting so far. Everybody's been super interested, and it just seems to be like really engaging, but then also it's really awesome because I'm teaching you guys some stuff, and it makes me so excited because I love teaching. So yesterday I did a poll to see if anybody knew like what the outside layer of your hair is called, which is the cuticle, and majority did know, but there was a good amount of people that did not know, and it was kind of like an eye-opening thing for me because I was like, you know, how many times have I just said cuticle real quick and like kept going? Because, you know, sometimes like you kind of forget, like people don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I spent a lot of time around professionals for a long time, and if you say cuticle to a professional, they're gonna think you're talking about nails or hair, because obviously you do have a cuticle on your nails too, which is different. It's like that, you know, that little area around. But anyway, so I had everybody guess, and like I said, it was just kind of like one of those things. I was like, okay, so this is like something for me too, to make me realize like, hey, you can't just like quickly like say these cosmetology words and keep going, because some people don't know what you're saying. So sometimes like now I'm going to be more aware. Like whenever I say like, oh, the cuticle, I'm going to say like, oh, the outside layer of the hair, the cuticle, you know, so that way people understand what the fuck I'm talking about, because I'm not helping them if they don't even know what I'm talking about. And also, if I ever say a word like that and like glaze over it and you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then always feel free to ask me. Oh, I know what this is. I was like, I didn't know I had money like that. I was like, a $20 bill? I thought I had $5. It's from Pooch the other day that I need to deposit. Oh, I had $6. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, it was just like really cool to kind of see, first of all, everybody interacting and having fun with it. That really made me excited. And then you see how many times I have to count shit because of fucking OCD, and people are like, oh, I'm OCD because I like things organized. And I'm sitting here counting things 6 times without realizing, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go, because this lady is like watching me in my car, and she's like, what are you fucking doing? Okay, I'm done. So, by the way, if you like don't film yourself out in public, sometimes people look at you like you're crazy. But life hack though, if you just look really serious about it and act like you know what the fuck you're doing, then they start getting uncomfortable for staring at you. They're like they're doing something important and I'm being weird. Like, yeah, you are. Don't stare at me. I'll talk to my camera all day if I want to, okay? So, yeah, life hack, by the way. Because I used to feel like really embarrassed filming out in public. Like, I remember when I went to the Atlanta Pet Fair last year, I was like, I'm gonna film so much. And then, like, I got there and I was so shy, I didn't want to. But then I just kind of learned, you just do it. And like the people like look at you weird because I think sometimes they're trying to figure out like what you're filming for. But yeah, I've just started doing that. Like, I'm just like, fuck it. Just walk around like you know what you're doing, and I promise you people won't even ask questions. They're gonna think that they're bothering you, you know? So anyway, yeah, I just was like freaking out over my obsessive compulsive disorder, and I like look up and she's like I was like, oh hey girl. Luckily she works there and has talked to me before, so she knows I'm not like completely crazy. She might think I'm fucking nuts, who cares? I might be, who knows? But anyway, I'm just so excited about this cosmetology, like, because, like, I've been wanting to find a way to, like, teach you guys the stuff I know about cosmetology, but it's like, where the fuck do I even start? I was in school for a year. I had 1,500 hours you have to complete of cosmetology before you can graduate in South Carolina. So if you're in a different state and you're like, that's not how much it is here, it's different state to state. And South Carolina has one of the highest requirements of hours. So they would always be like, oh, it's a good thing, because then if you ever move, you'll already be okay. Because, like, if they had, like, 1,000 hours, for example, like, I think some places do, then if you move to South Carolina, you got to go back to school for 500 hours to get the South Carolina amount of accepted hours. So, anyway, things you might not have known. And also, if licensing goes into effect, that's a possibility of something that could happen to us, too, that different states are going to have different hours of requirement. I'm guessing if we ever go to licensing, it's going to be just like cosmetology. Why? Because we copy everything else from cosmetology, so why would we not copy their licensing system? I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. But either way, I'm really, really excited to be able to teach you guys some of the stuff I learned in hair school. So I'm going to start doing that, like, daily on my Instagram. And so far, it's doing really good, and I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys like it too. Alright, I'm going inside. Okay, so I just went to the bank because I needed to deposit some cash so I can pay some bills. And oh, that's actually Joe. Okay. I was like, who's sending me Facebook requests? Okay. I don't even use my Facebook. But it was Joe. Like, Nomadic Tales Joe. The one that we went and saw her van. I swear to God, 9 times out of 10, if I get a request on Facebook, it's a rando. It's, like, very rare that it's, like, actually somebody I know. But anyway, I know Jo, so I'll add her. I don't add a ton of people to my personal page. I have a couple of clients on there, like, a few of my, like, really close clients. And then it's mostly just band friends, like, people that Derek knows that are in bands and shit. So I don't like Facebook too much. I don't use it too much. You know why I don't like Facebook? Because I can post 1,000,000 fucking pictures of my grooms and they'll get like 3 likes, and then I post a picture of my face, 200 likes, and it pisses me off. Pisses me off. You know what? I'm happy with my face. I really am. I've got a good face and I'm happy with that. I can't complain too much, but I work so hard on those grooms, okay? You know what? These eyelashes and these eyebrows, they take me like 3 minutes, okay? Like 3 minutes it takes me to fucking put this shit on real quick. The grooms, they take me a lot of time. I put my heart and soul into those grooms. Like, it means so much more to me when you like a picture of my grooms than it does when you like a picture of my face. I'm like, and I mean, Instagram, like, but the difference with the Instagram is, like, okay, if I post a picture of my face, I'll get, like, 100 likes, versus, like, if I post a picture of the dog, I'll get 50 likes, and it's, like, but 50 likes is still good. Like, I'm happy with 50 likes on a picture of a groom. That makes me feel satisfied, but on fucking Facebook, like, Facebookers could give a fuck less about my grooms. They really could. And you know what? I have groomers on my Facebook. It's not just my music people or whatever, and, like, they don't care, but anyway, moral of the story, I get annoyed with Facebook because they just care a lot more about, like, pretty girls than they do about, like, animals. And I don't know if it's even like that my friends just don't like the shit, like, when I post pictures of the animals, or if it's the Facebook algorithm that thinks, I don't really care to show this to people. There's no telling. But yeah, I'm on I just went on my little bit of a Dawn rant. I've got more to say when I get home, but I just, like, went over the, like, major talking points while it was out on my Instagram story. But yeah, I've, like, really been enjoying this cosmetology series. There's definitely going to be a lot more good stuff to come. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to talk about, like, conditioners or something. I'm going to do a poll. So I'm going to talk about conditioners, and then we'll also talk about silicones. But I want to, like, you know, like, I've just got to figure out how I'm going to do it. Because I do want to talk about conditioners. I asked, today's poll was, I said it was a true or false. You should never condition a greasy coat. And I'm trying to see how many people think that that's true. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about why you should use conditioner, even if the coat is greasy. Because basically, you guys get a little always get a little bit of heads up, but not really heads up because I post this around the same time that Instagram finds out. But, conditioner. Okay, so when you're shampooing, you're stripping out all the conditioner. When you have greasy hair, you have greasy hair because your oil glands, sebum glands, sebum is another word for oil. It's like a natural oil that we produce. So we all produce sebum, right? Okay, so when you're producing a lot of sebum, your skin thinks you were too dry. Okay, that's why it's producing so much oil. It's like, oh my God, you were way too dry. You need more oil. So when you go in and you strip all that oil out, you're like, all gone. Your hair is like, what the fuck? I just made all that oil and it's gone. It wasn't enough. And then it produces more. And then you end up with a real fucking travesty. So if you just use a mild conditioner, you don't have to use like a humectant, which is like a really fucking heavy conditioner. That's why I like silicones, and we'll talk about that another day too. But use a very light conditioner. Even if it's just a fucking leave-in, use a conditioner. You gotta put back those oils, bitch, or the fucking sebum glands are gonna freak out and they're gonna produce more oil. So put that oil back in there so that the sebum glands could just calm down, okay? Very passionate about this because conditioners are so demonized. Leave conditioners alone. That's all I'm saying. Leave conditioners alone. They're your friend. They're your friend. People probably think I'm fucking nuts, but guess what? You'll probably remember what conditioners do now because I was acting like a lunatic as I told you about them. But anyway, I'm on the way home. I love you guys. I'll check in a bit. Alright, I am off to get an oil change and a tire rotation and all those good things. So I'm real excited. And yeah, I just did my full Dawn rant on Instagram. And so far, everybody's really been liking it. I'm glad because I was a little nervous. I saw like the majority ruled that most people don't use Dawn, but there are some that still do. So I tried to like be careful because I don't want to offend anybody or like make people feel like they're stupid for using it because like I have also used it like not knowing. Like, you know, when I started grooming, I like learned from other groomers that had learned from other groomers that had learned from other groomers. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I like learned from a school, and that's kind of the problem as a whole in the grooming industry that I have noticed is that's how a lot of groomers are, that they learn from a groomer, who learned from a groomer. So it's like basically this info has been passed down. It's not even been researched a lot of times. So I think that's how a lot of bad information gets out there. So I started working for these groomers. They use Dawn a lot. They were like, yeah, this is the only thing you should use on like a greasy Yorkie, for example. And, you know, even though I knew my science and I knew that stripping out all the oil in the hair does cause the hair to freak out and produce even more oil, I was like, you know what? I would just use it with conditioner. I was like, that's fine. I was like, I know how it works. I know it's going to need to be conditioned. So I was using it with conditioner, but we were still getting really greasy dogs back. Once I stopped using those kind of things, I don't even use a harsh shampoo anymore because the harsher the shampoo, the more alkaline it is, so the more out of balance it's going to throw the hair. So the dog's hair, skin, and nails is like a neutral pH of 7. So when you're using like a really harsh shampoo, I think it can go up to like 11 on the pH scale or something crazy like that. I'm trying to remember. But you don't want to go so harsh alkaline. It blows the cuticle open. So that, you know, the product can get in there and do its job and all, but it's just, it can also damage the cuticle in the process. So if you're going to use something like a really harsh alkaline or a really harsh shampoo, then you need to make sure you're following up at least with a good conditioner. But like I said, I have just come to a point where I've realized I don't even really need super harsh shampoos anymore, so I actually don't use them anymore. I've tried it, I've noticed it dries out the hair, that I am not happy with the results, and yeah, I just don't use harsh shampoos anymore. I just use regular cleaning shampoos, maybe a clarifying here and there. And I noticed that my dogs, you know, my regulars are looking great. Their skin looks great. Their hair feels great. It doesn't feel dry. Doesn't get oily. They're just great. They look great. And that makes me happy. That shows me I'm doing something right. Whereas like at that place that we were using Dawn on everything was coming in with terrible skin issues and they were coming in super greasy. So I even thought to myself, after working at the place for like a year, I was like, you know, it's very strange that almost every dog that comes in here has some sort of skin issue. And I thought to myself, I wonder if we're causing it. And then the more research I've done, the more I've realized that, yes, we absolutely were causing it. And they probably still are. Just because they don't know the science. But I will say, in their defense, I have seen them. I see them almost every time I go to the Atlanta Pet Fair. So I do know these days they do continue their education. So I'm very proud. Good for you guys. I'm very happy to see you continuing your education, because when I worked there, they'd never been to a trade show, but they said they wanted to go. So I'm really glad that they're doing that now. I see that they are interested in continuing their education. And I will say that first shop I was at, I thought they were really great groomers. They just, you know, personalities didn't click, I guess. So, but as far as their grooms go, I think they do a damn good groom. That's all I can say. But I wouldn't use Dawn as much as they do. Actually, I don't use Dawn at all. The only thing I will ever use Dawn on would be my paw mat to clean off dirt and debris. Maybe my table to clean off dirt and debris. I will clean my bathtub with it before I go in with a disinfectant. All of these are before disinfectant. So before you disinfect, and this is another myth that we're going to talk about, because I see way too many people putting their dirty shit in barbicide, and it gets me. It makes my eye twitch when I see people putting dirty tools in barbicide. You do not do that. Barbicide is not a sanitizer. Sanitizers are removing the dirt and debris. So when you're putting that shit in disinfectant, which is what barbicide is, it is disinfecting like the hair and shit. It's not going to clean it out. It is not meant to remove dirt and debris. It is meant to disinfect. So don't put your shit straight in barbicide. And just like a quickie, clean it with, like, your shears do not clean with water ever. Like, your shears, you need to just remove the dirt and debris with a towel or a cloth of some sort, and then you spray with the disinfectant. But you should never ever be putting your shit covered in hair directly into disinfectant. Like, no. Rule number 1 of barbicide is get the fucking hair off first. Literally, it's the only fucking rule. Don't put it in there like that. Stop putting your dirty shit in barbicide. I see way too many people that are like, I use the ultrasonic cleaner and you should see how dirty it is afterwards. It shouldn't be dirty afterwards. It should be dirty because you should clean it before. You should be cleaning your things before they go into the barbicide. Then the barbicide disinfects it. Ah! Like, you can see, like, being a hairstylist in the grooming world some days is like a little bit like mind-boggling. I'm like, no, stop. But that's okay, because that's what I'm here to teach people. And I've just learned, like, instead of like getting upset and like getting frustrated with people, I'm just gonna fucking tell them how to do it the right way. So now you know, before you put your shit in barbicide, it should already be clean and all debris should be removed, and then you put it in the barbicide and let it do its thing, and it's gonna be amazing, and it will change your life. Like, if you find yourself running your tools through the ultrasonic cleaner multiple times, what are you doing besides wasting shitloads of barbicide? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm in a ranty mood today. I blame Instagram. I'm just kidding. But everybody did ask me to go on a rant, and it's like, you know, I'll go on a rant, but sometimes it's hard for me to get off it once I'm on it. So, anyway, I'm gonna go drop my car off now. I love you guys. Alright, my car, I'm sorry, I like always do that, and then I watch my videos back, and I'm like, God. So I know you guys are probably thinking the same thing, but anyway, I just got my car back. I had to get new brakes, which I knew about. I could tell they were getting pretty bad, to like the point where a couple times I'm like, this might not stop. But then I went to turn out of the parking lot and I like slammed myself. I was like, okay, they're working. So anyway, we got new brakes. I got some sort of air filter. Oil change, the tire rotation. Oh, they washed it. Okay. I think that was it. $400. It's always fun. Brakes are expensive. Like, you think that brakes are not, like, I don't know. I thought brakes were like just the little pads, but they do the whole thing. Like, there's a bunch of, Derek would have to tell you. I have no idea. You know what's so funny is, like, okay, they called me and they were like, hey, like, we need to like get this the key for something, like, out of your glove box or something to get to the, like, air filter thing, or, like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. And they were like, yeah, so the key that you, like, gave us with the car, like, it won't, like, open your glove box, essentially. And I was like, I mean, it's like, I was, like, thinking, like, but that's what I locked it with. But he was like, yeah, so, like, you just have the valet key or whatever. He was like, so you need to get me, like, another key. And I'm so fucking car stupid that, like, I was like, oh, well, I was like, that key that I gave you is the only key I have. I was like, I'd have to ask to, like, my grandpa, because, you know, he gave me the car, and he's got, like, any spares and shit for it. So I was like, you know, I'll have to call him, but, you know, I'm sure that's no big deal. He can give me the other key. And he was like, okay, so we can just, like, change, like, one filter, and we'll have to, like, wait to change the cabin filter, I think is what it was. And I was like, okay. And then he, like, called me, and I was, like, telling Derek about it, and he's like, what the fuck is he talking about? He was like, that is not a valet key. He was like, that key will open the glove box, and he can get in there. He's like, I don't know what that guy was talking about. Then the guy called me back, and he was like, oh, never mind, this is not a valet key, this is the normal car key. I just misunderstood the car tech guy. So I was like, okay, like, thank you for confusing the fuck out of me. I was, like, wondering, I was like, what do you mean it doesn't open the glove box? I've been the glove box with it. I probably should have said that, but, like, I'm so car stupid that, like, I thought maybe I was misunderstanding something and there was an additional key he was looking for. I thought maybe the tire key wasn't in there. I don't know. Basically what it was my glove box was locked, and the car tech guy was just asking my permission to open it. That's what it was. But he called talking about, like, you fucking don't have the right key, and I was like, really? Like, I was just so confused. But see, that's the problem. That's why I need Derek here to help me with, like, this van stuff. Like, he has his own job and his own shit, but, like, some things I just, like, need his help on because I'm so confused. Like, I'm like, I'm that customer that, like, okay, like, in comparison, like, I'm obviously not this way because I am a groomer, but if I was not a groomer, I would literally be that client that dropped off, and you were like, oh, like, what do you, like, want it to look like? And I'd be like, can you make it shorter and, like, you know, maybe, like, kind of, like, cute looking, you know, and maybe I would be good enough to bring a picture, I don't know, but yeah, that's me. But I'm easy to please, though. Like, I really, like, when it comes to that, I really, like, when it comes to something like that, like, if I had a dog that needed to be cut and I didn't have any understanding of grooming, because before I was a groomer, I had no understanding of grooming. So if I take myself back to those days and I had, like, a long-haired dog that needed a haircut, I'd probably just keep it shorter. Like, probably, like, I don't know if I wouldn't just do a 7 all over every few months. Like, if I didn't know, you know? I might. I don't know what I would be like. That's what my grandma did when she used to have, like, she had a fucking doodle before doodles were doodles. And, like it was just a mutt at the time. But it was, like, a poodle cross. But anyway, she would get it shaved, like, a 7 a couple times a year. And I'm sure that's what it was. Was, like, because my mom said it would be stripped, like, nose to toes, like, everything. I'm sure it was matted, but, like, she didn't really know any different, you know, and I think that's probably how I would be, is get it shaved, like, hopefully I wouldn't let it get matted, because, I mean, I had cats all growing up, and I could tell what a mat was on a cat, so if I started getting mats on the dog, I know I would have been smart enough to bring the dog to the groomer, but, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I would have been the customer that's like, I don't know how to shave it, like... But, the thing is I never was attracted to dogs that needed haircuts until I started doing haircuts and wanted to get more creative. So, that's also, like, another part of it, is, like, I've never really thought this much into it until recently. So, anyway, things I think about sometimes. I just try to give people the benefit of the doubt, because, like I said, I am such a, like, confused person when I'm out of my realm. Like, I'm like, you've really got to explain things to me. Because sometimes my brain convinces me I'm confused before you've even started talking. So sometimes you got to talk to me like I'm fucking stupid on certain subjects. Like, I know my shit on some things, but then other things I'm clueless. Like, when it comes to cars, I am clueless. makes me a little bit nervous with the van, but I also have faith in my ability to learn, and I think I will learn it. It's going to take me some time because my brain tends to like to shut off if it's like a subject I'm not super interested in, even if it's something I need to learn sometimes. So sometimes it's like hard to get my brain to like retain this stuff. I'm like, please just work with me. But anyway, yeah, I'm still like, I was just telling Derek, I was like, it's so surreal. I'm gonna own a Mercedes. Like, that was never, like, I never thought I'd be a Mercedes person. I've like talked about like, okay, I'm not really sure if I ever became a millionaire and I had like endless money to get whatever car I wanted, I swear to God, I'd probably get a nicer Honda. Like, I swear, that's like just the person I am. Like, I would go out and buy like a brand new Passport fully loaded is if I had all the money. Like, I'm just not that like luxury brand kind of person. So that's just me. So that's why it's so unreal to me to be like, oh, I technically already own a Mercedes. Like, that's the thing. Like, the paperwork has been signed, it has been paid for. If it was like a regular car situation, I probably would have driven away with it by now. But since they wrap it and customize the inside and everything, that's what I'm waiting on. But technically right now, I own a Mercedes Sprinter. Like, that is just a weird thing that I never thought I'd say ever in my life. Even when I wanted to get a van, I was fully convinced I was getting a Ford Transit. That's what I wanted. I was not going to be talked out of it. And then Curtis talked me out of it because he made the van for the Mercedes Sprinter diesel. So, and I had many people specifically tell me not to get the Mercedes Sprinter diesel. I know they're like back there shaking their heads like, you dumb bitch. And they might be right, but I'm counting on my warranties, man, because fuck, that's what Curtis made the damn van for. So if it's not good, then I'm just gonna have to tell him, like, listen, dude, I didn't even want this damn Mercedes Sprinter, but you told me it was the best one. Like, he literally made his design for this van, so it worked the best with this van. But I mean, I could have done the Dodge, but it probably would have been a little cheaper. But it was like, I don't know if the Dodge was a diesel either, and the diesel engine makes the most sense with the inverter system. So if you have wagon tails, then like the diesel's not as necessary, because actually the diesel really wouldn't be necessary, because I found out yesterday that people that drive vans with generators, their fucking generators use almost more gas than their fucking van. So I would not worry about a diesel van if you're getting a wagon tails, but if you're getting a Humvee with the inverter system, then I would get a diesel. And that's not, again, I'm car stupid. That's literally just somebody, I shouldn't say that. That's like harsh. You shouldn't talk about yourself that way, okay? I'm not stupid. I just don't know a lot about cars. This is the very little knowledge I have. This is what I'm sharing with you, is the diesel engine is good for this inverter system. I'm just like thinking about who's like watching me like right now as I'm sitting in my car. But anyway, so the inverter system works best if you leave your van running. And the diesel engine is meant to run for long periods of time. So that's why it makes more sense with the inverter system, since you have to leave your van running all the time, to have the diesel engine, because it does better running for longer periods of time. Okay, that's what I've learned from the mechanical people. Okay, I don't know. I'm not even like, I don't even know if I'm smart enough to look that one up. It would take me a lot of research and a lot of being like, brain, you need to retain this, and it'd be like, no, thank you, and then it'd be like a lot of back and forth like that. That's how my brain works. It's like, I'm like, please just remember this, and like sometimes it will, but like some things I just like don't like, and maybe that's like part of it. It's like it's getting worse because I'm not making it remember. But like, you like, do you guys ever like get something like told to you and you're like, yeah, I'm never gonna fucking remember that, like you're gonna have to remind me? Like, me, that's me all the time. Like certain things I can remember, some things like, you know, I'll put on my calendar or something, but if it's like, I don't know, if somebody's like, remind me in an hour, pretty much I have to put it in my phone or I'm gonna forget too. So I'm on my routine, and adding things to my routine, oftentimes things just get forgotten, and that's just how it goes. But anyway, I'm on the way back to my house, so I'm going to hop off, but I will check back in a little bit. Alright, love you guys. Alright, so I am off to get tomorrow's ripples, so I will be prepared for the morning. I've got to look and see what my client, like what time my client's at tomorrow. I cannot wait to have the van and not be carrying all of my shit up 2 stories. I am over it. You guys, you don't understand. I hate it. I hate carrying all my shit. And Rose told me whenever I started, she's like, a lot of people complain about carrying their stuff, but it's really not that big of a deal. You're right, Rose, but also I'm like a complainer, so I don't love carrying my stuff. Like, if I don't know. And also, maybe that I started in like winter, that could also have something to do with it. Because if like all my stuff is just like outside in like people's garages or whatever, that I can deal with if I only have to carry it a few feet, you know what I mean? But it's just fucking bringing it all the way upstairs in people's houses that blows. But yeah, so the van will cut all of that out, so I'm really excited about that. I've been doing a lot more promotions recently. I just started advertising that I'm doing teeth cleaning now, and I've got a couple more scheduled posts coming out. I found a really cool editor that she's not the Holistic Dog Groomer anymore. She is the Pause and Relax SK, maybe is what it is. Savannah. I was watching one of her videos on YouTube yesterday, and she put up this thing called Canva, this like app. It's free to download, and it's like a little app, and it like helps you design anything, like Facebook ads or Instagram story posts, or like I changed my YouTube banner with it, like all kinds of stuff. So I've been making a lot of like little cute ads for that too, and that's been really fun. But I'm at the gas station. I'll be right back. All right, back I go. I'm so like such a relief having my car all taken care of. It's so funny, like these like little things that you don't really think about, that you don't even really know that it's upsetting you in any way. But like then once it's taken care of, you like feel better. Cause like I kept getting into my car's like, bitch, you need a fucking oil change. And I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. And then I'd forget. And then I did that for a really long time. And then I was like, all right, Atlanta Pet Fair is really coming up quick. And this is the car I'm taking down there. The van will not be ready in time. And even if it was, probably would not be driving the Sprinter down there, just because I don't want to pay for diesel gas to drive about 160 miles, something like that. Just seems unnecessary. If I was competing or anything like that, then yeah, it'd be worth it. But otherwise, I don't think I will be bringing my van to the trade shows. I just don't see the point. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm on the way back to my house right now. Derek's gonna go to work in a few hours, and once he goes to work, we'll clean my shit, get it ready for tomorrow. But I think I heard the mailman go by, so I'm gonna actually stop and check the mail again, even though I checked it earlier. But I saw it was the guy mailman today, and for whatever reason, he's always like running way behind the lady. Might be a girl thing. We're just, awesome. Yep, I was right. He did leave me something. I think it's spam. Pretty sure it's spam because it just says Williamston neighbor. Well, hopefully it wasn't anything important because I just ripped it. Yep, AT&T. Or is this Charter? DirecTV. I was super wrong. One of those motherfuckers. Yep, I get a lot of shit from them. Like, I've been here for like almost a year. It'll be a year in May. So it's like, if I've been without internet this whole time, I'd be a fucking weirdo, and I don't think I'd want your internet anyway. And I get that they're trying to send me their deal. Let's see what they got. TV. Okay, I see. Oh, you only get 100 megabytes though. I have 400. I think, or something like that. I bought like this crazy charter package because I hate waiting for my videos to upload. Like, you guys don't understand like how long it will take a video to upload. Like, at my boyfriend's dad's house, we had like 200 megabytes, and like a 20-minute video would take up to an hour to upload. So yeah, I got the one that has the 400 megabytes or whatever, and my videos upload so quickly. Like, it's worth the extra money. But that's because I do YouTube, and if I didn't do YouTube, I probably wouldn't keep it. Like, I wouldn't keep that plan. So anyway, I'm going inside. Okay, you guys, I've been sitting here getting all of my shit together for like my Facebook advertising and all that, so that I'm like ready to start posting shit. So anyway, I've been like really sucked into this, so I don't want to like get too into it and then forget to sign out on this vlog. What time is it? You know what? We may, no, we're not going to clean anything today. I was going to say maybe we could clean something. No. It's fine, because I'm pretty sucked into making little ads right now for my services and stuff. I'm like putting what's like in my packages and all those kind of things. So anyway, yeah, I just don't want to forget to sign off the vlog. But I love you guys. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, bye.